All right, let's see if this thing is working. It seemed to work last time. Show me the money over there. Looks like it's connecting. It's connecting. It is connecting. All right, guys, listen, man. We're gonna do a against the clock. This is a timed thing. I got about 40 minutes, maybe 30. We're gonna whip out at least a sketch idea. That's probably okay. I'm going in the theme of fa. That's my theme. Fa. We're gonna go with that, okay? Whatever that is, because that's the style that I work in. It's fa. You can't put a name on it. So I'm gonna say more of like a scoring style or something like that. Well, I can't even talk, man, because we got to get going. 30 minutes here. So yeah, I'm gonna be bringing out whatever fucking instruments and tools and whatever I can say. So no judgment here. And I want something very I want it melodic and big, and I want to start off with vocalize. M's, no, stacked, yeah, stacked, yeah, solo, solo. Let's get down to a mms are better. I'm going with mms. Carla or Song Yi. I think Carla has a deeper Carla has the deeper of them. And I'm getting really excited about moving my studio back down. So I am keyboarding it right now. Woo, I'm a keyboard warrior. Still works. Still works. I could just draw it in there, I guess. Makes this inspirational crap a little bit harder, but it doesn't limit me. Ooh, I like that. Let's go. All right, let's see here. I should plug in. I got a little MIDI keyboard here. That'd be really nice, I guess, to plug something in. Let me plug in my little MPK Mini. I love the MPK Mini. This is, if you don't have a lot of money for a product and you want something really good, I love this thing for the all-around one. If you told me all you got is $120 and you got to pick a MIDI controller, MPK Mini is hands down easiest one I'll do. I would even like bypass like more expensive items for this MPK Mini. I actually like the pads better than the Launchpad Pro. I said it. I said it. Let's get serious here. It's knocking shit all over the place. All right. Freezing up. Come on. I got time for this. Gonna have to deal with the freeze ups. There we go. I didn't prime Ableton up. I just fired everything off and just went off for it. So, you know, every time I'm gonna go in there, it's gonna re-index and do whatever it's gotta do. Yeah, so if you ever want to run Ableton without being embarrassed, you need to better open that thing up a few hours before your clients get there and run through everything. Let's see. I was going for, I think I want some cinematic, like kind of like drum stuff, like automatically too. And I'm thinking of Isotope product. What is that thing called? Break Tweaker. Let's throw one of these in here. It's got some really cool, playable kind of a performance tool here. You know, BT's stuff is always like this. You know, these guys are really good. We're gonna go into, let's go into cinematic textures and just find something in here. Let's go alien dub. No, let's go cavern. modern sound, kind of cool. Let's go ahead and close this. Let's take our tempo down to my area I like. Let's open this up. Let's fix all this garbage here. Okay, we can probably lengthen this out for a little bit. What do we want that? Not too much on. Let's go to. Go ahead and fix that little guy down here. Here we go. Programming. Here we go. I almost remember this like that. Okay, so we got that right here. Let's go ahead and fix this too, because we need that to be kind of prominent. That's a big change for me, and I want that right on it, and maybe kind of everything needs to work on this to get this effect and thing that I want happening right there. What happened? It's I need to fix that. I cut it off and it's not triggering it, or what? There we go. Is that it? Is that the problem? Go add a locator there. Let's go add another MIDI track. Where are we going with this? Something low? It's got a lot of stuff happening, man. We gotta settle those vocals down. This time I could see the stream. Last time I had something going on, I couldn't see who was talking, and after I ended the stream, and there was talk. So if no one's talking over there, I'm not seeing anything, and I apologize. Last time I had a few different people asking some questions, and YouTube was not showing it to me. I don't know why this stream would be any different. I am running a whole bunch of different items. Like doing this is way different than streaming No Man's Sky. It's way different. Homework, way more complex. A lot of stuff and compromises going on. All right, I think I'm going to go into some scoring guitars here. It's another Heaviosity product. Not playables. We're going to go to melodic pulses and phrases, or ambient beds and drones. I don't know. Well, let's go in some melodic pulses and phrases. So something right there that dropped. Slammed that down really hard, didn't I? Now, what did I get this thing on? It's ooh. Okay, so there is no. I turned. There was full, full level was turned on this. I don't know if that made it. Yeah, it probably did. Full level. Let's go ahead and fix this off. Let's chop that. I don't know why Ableton is doing this. I don't know why I needed to do this last time. I needed to go in there and drag that and pull it up again. It's almost like Ableton's like, "Are you sure you want the note, right?" I mean, it could be a ghost note or something. I'll give Ableton that, but it's a little odd. It just defaults into like, nah, he probably doesn't want it. You know, I just find that to be weird. Very thorough though, very thorough. It's not gonna do non-existent? Yeah. They even went in there and messed with it. Get these everything kind of like back into a groove here, maybe. Change the drums up. Introduce something crazy here. See that? That's this weird little default here of it sliding past that. I don't know why it's doing that. Crop the clip. Shouldn't matter. It should play it. riser there. Let's go get contact. Let's go get another Heavy Aussie because we're just having fun with Heavy Aussie. What's up, Cocapelli Bob? I actually see you this time. Hey, I wanted to say sorry about last time. You were asking some questions about some items to get and things and computer power and things like that. It doesn't take a whole lot of computer power, and you don't need a really strong GPU unless you're running a whole lot of third-party applications and stuff like that. But I seen your questions last time. What's going on, man? Anyway, I didn't see them live. I didn't see them until after I got off of everything. So I want to apologize, or explain that at least. There's nothing for me to apologize about, but YouTube wasn't showing me what I needed to see to answer your questions, man. So yeah, I'm doing kind of like a timed thing before I've got to go. I had a stressful morning and I want to just kind of rinse off with some sounds. This is very therapeutic to me. So I'm yeah, doing some kind of a score, kind of an idea. You know, I've got a little project coming up and I need something weird. And yeah, it's good action-y kind of epic vibe. That's what I'm kind of nailing here, I think. We will fix it up anyway. That's what we're heading towards. That's what I'm heading towards. All right, so we were going for a riser, and I want to go with another big heavy hitter. Let's go gravity, man. Gravity. Let's go up into elements. No. Pads. No. Risers. Yes. What do we got there? How many seconds is that? What do we start at? 15. It's on a 15. That's good. And we've got a 15 right here. Look at this. You got the right tools, and they're all categorized right. And bam, you can find what you need. I think that's the most important thing, is being organized. People start grabbing all kinds of instruments and samples and things like that, and they're just scattered all over the place, man. Or you get choice fatigue. You got too many of them, and I see people like spending 6 hours trying to figure out what snare they want to use. Bro. Let me dial in that snare. That's what everybody says. I find that to be counterproductive. Organic and hybrid. Let's go with that right there. 15-second organic and hybrid. Let's see what we can pull off really quickly. Most of this is going to be just kind of a vibe and marker. I'm liking the vocals. They won't change that much. The beat that I've got going on in the background is probably going to go like that. I'm going to probably stutter it a little bit more. It's going to be an action score. So, and it's going to be future set. So that's why I'm going with this glitch vibe thing going on. I don't know what else to do. That's my take on it anyway. I'm going to lay in this riser for this vocal part here. And let's take it back to a break. At least let's get here. So I think I want to start right here and have it knock off. I almost want something to bring up in the beginning, kind of a swell type of thing. Maybe not like this riser, but a swell type in here, like some pads to accompany the, or I can do it with some volume enveloping. I don't know. I want something very organic. I'm thinking maybe some cello or organic, bowed, brass, something sounding really cool. To counterset the glitch stuff that I've got going on. Anyway, so hybrid, that sounded okay. And we say, let's go ahead and make a spot here for this, because I'm going to go ahead and just draw this in. We're pressed for time, doing things the hard way. That's what I'm all about. That's how we do it here. All right, so Yeah, and Cocopelli, if you wanted to ask, I don't remember quite the questions, but I think you said something about like kind of like specs of the computer, or how, if you needed some kind of, it's nowhere near on the lines of No Man's Sky specs or anything like that. I think a good quad core. It depends on what you want to do. If you want to start doing like 128 tracks of orchestral stuff, you might want to have a lot of RAM and a whole lot of cores to push it. But not a lot of people do that. If you're making basic 8 tracks and you don't have a lot of $700 instruments and huge contact libraries, you don't really need a lot. You don't even need it. I think just, I don't know. Recording's one thing. I get in the argument all the time of like what people need. Shit, you don't need a damn thing. You need some hands and some rhythm. I seen motherfuckers with no hands, with sticks in their toes, knocking on buckets and stuff. I just watched a kid. He had a bottle, and he was just killing a bottle, dude. Like squeezing it and getting different things. It was just like an old thrown away, Mountain Dew or something like that over in Africa. It was really cool. Kid just killed everybody over here. Should be signed. Got no shoes on his feet. What the hell is going on with the world? We gotta really the checks and balances is out the window here. All right, I'm wasting time. We need a C core. We need a C down here, and we need to drag this thing out. And I think where are we at? 5? No, 1. Yeah, C1 here. Let's drag this guy out to the end. Where are we at up here? I didn't see anything. Yeah, it's gonna cut it off for me. Is that over and over? That's not over and over, is it? It's so dumb. it just repeated over and over. All right, at least we got a place marker now that's actually halfway decent. I suck at drawing things in. I used to be better at this. And then I went and got a whole bunch of MIDI devices, and look at me, I'm all over the place here now. Okay, get your stuff together here. There we go. I don't need that. Feel like I'm locking up here too a little bit. Oh, software and such. Yeah, you don't want to pay a whole lot of money for. You could try Ableton for 30 days. They'll give you the whole thing. I think that's a great deal, and you can make some stuff. It's a full on. Any company that does that, it just deserves a little credit, man. A full on 30-day trial just to email. It's their download client is super fast. Faster than any other company that I've worked with. So that's really cool. Ableton is a great company. Yeah, but you're talking about realistically, you're never going to spend a whole bunch of money on it. Gosh, Audacity is free. I don't know. There's really cool stuff even for your phone. Even for the phone, there's Caustic, and that's kind of they're all going to be complicated. I don't know where to kind of point you though. Do you have I products? Because I think GarageBand comes with some of those things. Some my kids use GarageBand, and I use GarageBand. There's nothing wrong with it. I can make a banger out of whatever. Caustic on my phone when I'm on the plane flights and stuff like that. I use Caustic. I put my headphones on, and I'll make little jam tracks all the time. I liked FL Studios a lot back in the day, but realistically, price-wise, I don't know. They're all going to be somewhere big. I think FL Studios is probably one of the best introductory ones. If you're just, hey, I just want to toy around for a couple $100, And FL Studios is going to give you lifelong updates for free. That's kind of cool. Another product really does that. So I guess that's what I would say. Maybe play with some of the free ones if you can first. Audacity and things like that. You can find a whole bunch of VSTs or virtual instruments online. All right, what's down here? And I'm talking too much. But that's good. That's what we're here for. Riser organic hybrid. So let's see what we got here. We got to turn this thing down. We're gonna probably like pump this up, and we can change these. And the riser's gone. That's because Ableton is cutting off my. It's taking my trims and saying, okay, well, let's trim off the start time, and that just seems a little bit weird. I had to redo my settings in this, and I think that's what I'm experiencing is because of that. Now, so weird, I gotta fix that. Man, I'm moving slow. Well, it's a minute and a half. I mean, it's kind of a good idea, I guess. I'm disappointed with it. I'm gonna blame my jabberjaw though. And I had to walk a whole lot. I walked a real far this morning. I'm a little, and I'm hungry too. Yes, and in No Man's Sky, that's a very limit. It's No Man's Sky was really cool, and they can only give you a taste of it, and I thought that was fine. The sequencer, I felt like we could have gotten a little bit more out of the sequencer. If they give us a little bit more layers, we could have done some really complex stuff in No Man's Sky with the bite beat thing. But they chopped us, man. They chopped us. They karate chopped that, man, and said, nope, you're only going to get a little bit. So you can't find anything super complex unless you're going to edit things together. You can find some really cool stuff that people have done. I've even messed around with it. I fed Bytebeat into Ableton while I was playing it live, and I had Ableton being triggered by the frequencies from the Bytebeat. It was really neat. I should go in there and do that a little bit more, but it's a whole lot for the computer to run. And yeah, man, Ableton is a very. When I turn Ableton on my computer, it takes over the whole computer. It says audio is mine, everything is mine. You know, and even for me to try to like stream right now, I have to do a lot of tricks and compromises. Like I have a very bad latency because I use a weird driver because my normal driver won't do it. You know, but yeah, yeah, we got some bots in here. Yeah, but that's a good start, and that would be like it's like synthesizer programming, and that's pretty basic. You pick a waveform, which is a sound source. You can and then like you basically start manipulating those, and you can start automating like filter envelopes on these things, and then like a big instrument is going to take a bunch of those and stack them on top of each other and put effects all over, and that's what these big old crazy instruments that we use do. It's just a whole bunch of those, but more complex and way more options and a lot of automations and wow, wow, wow. You've heard that stuff. I don't have to tell you about it. I'm gonna take this. Take these same notes that I've got up there and see for the vocals that I have, and I'm going to introduce another instrument down here. I don't know what. Actually, I have got something already down here. Oh, I copied the vocalized channel. Okay, it's over here. We're going to actually delete that. we don't want two of those. Those girls are doing big stuff back there. They don't need to be stacked up. But I'm thinking maybe some signal. I'm thinking some movement. Pulsations type of items. So signal to me is a very quick way to get that, and it seems like there we go. Just updated. I'm having issues with some things seeming kind of weird. Output's another one of those weird companies, man. I love Output, but I hate their customer service. Their customer service and everything has gone downhill with Output over the last 5 years. But I love their products. I mean, I couldn't imagine living out some of them. I can't imagine myself spending the money that I spent on this bundle on more Heaviosity products, though. That's easily done. There's two more products I could have got from Heaviosity from the whole bundle of this. Heaviosity products are expensive, but they sound so good. I mean, like, listen to those vocals back there. Excellent. Well, let's see what we got here. We're going to go in here and find some arpeggiated, simple, epic. I like how we can, it's not going to let me do that. Okay, there we go. Ooh, it's not even, I've got such a weird combination here. I've never seen like a 3 combination to give me only 3 results out of all these. So this is kind of weird that I did this and the instrument's like, whoa, that's weird. Let's see what we get. That guitar is going to change too. Nope. That was a dead end right there if I ever heard one. That's definitely not what we want. Let's get out of this whole thing here. That was aggressive, dude. That was like, it said simple, and you see right down here it says like, so it just, you know, you can't really get too reliant on this. Some of the instruments do it really well, and sometimes when I go get something, I find it really quickly. But signal is kind of an odd thing too. Like if you're going to find something specific in, say, an orchestral product of theirs, like I'm looking for a brass, simple, you know. There's not too many options here. It's like, oh, I want a blah 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 signal pulse thingy, and they're like, oh, we're not quite sure where to categorize this to. Well, let's go random here. We're running out of time here. I've got one at least to get to the main idea and of this here, so we're gonna go random here on this and see if we can get something that sounds halfway decent here. And this is gonna be kind of a main melody, I think. Guitar is going to change. This is a place marker. No, man. Let's quantize that. Is it not hitting right on the... No. It sure isn't. Alright, we can't have pulsations without quantized. I like that. Maybe up an octave. Maybe I want to hear it higher. Let's try that out. Ooh, that's not a straight note. Ooh, longer note. Get rid of it. Back up. Jesus, I hate using that. I hate using the mouse. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm on it. Control A, and I'm going to shift, go up a whole octave here, and see how this sounds. I think I'm tinky 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 tinky. Let's change this guitar up because let's fix that because I'm not liking that. I mean, it was a place marker anyway. I'm definitely not liking it at all. Single pulses, forward to reverse. Let's try anything different here. Let's go for a Hail Mary because I've got 5 minutes here. Change this key. Ooh. It's not gonna let me change it. Alright, fine. Let's see what we got. Very weird. It's very odd. Single pulses. Probably drop it right here to another. Kind of weird timing there. It was definitely a mistake, but it sounded kind of neat. I don't know if I quantized that. It might be one of those happy accidents. I'm full of those. Wow, run into an happy accident face first. Not even ashamed of it, man. I'm like the king of fucking happy accidents. Half the great shit I do is a fucking accident. We don't really quite have a melody down, but this is gonna be one of those little short pieces, you know. It'll be like a 2-minute long piece. I mean, it's almost 2 minutes long already. I should probably just squeeze this up and turn it into one of my 2-minute pieces and actually take this middle part right here, which would be, you know, I'll make this into a peak and move it over here and phase it out and have it be one of my short you know, cinematic pieces, which is what I was going for in the beginning. I didn't quite hit the end like I wanted to in the time that I allowed myself. I was going to give myself 40 minutes, and that's right where I'm at. Not really bad. And I'm sitting here talking with good company, though, too. So, you know, you got to throw that into the equation as well. When you got great, beautiful, good company going on. And I got a great, what is this? What does it say? I got a great message, it looks like. Let me see it. Let's see here. Go back. Hey, my sweetie baby's coming home for lunch. Early. So, that's good news for me, too. I'm going to cut it short. It was perfect timing. Cocopelli, yeah, man, I'm going to be back on in a little bit. I'm going to be doing more of this here. And I've got my studio going back up downstairs. Wintertime is over. I'll be finishing that up. It's really cool, man. Bigger things will be happening music-wise on this channel. Plus, we're going to be doing a lot of talking about Ableton Advanced community and their music as well. A lot of good artists, better artists than me, are going to be coming out of there, and I'm going to be showcasing their music, and I think that's going to be the really coolest thing. I'm about to bring you guys a whole lot of really, really, really cool music from my other channel and the Ableton Advanced community. That's all coming over here to this one because I just hate splitting myself up into 20 different YouTube channels. I don't even like YouTube, so I just want one. Cocobelly, thank you, man. Thank you for always stopping in. Agent Tomcat, how would you compare them yourself? The song sounded great. How would I compare? Hold on, sorry. How would I compare to myself? I don't know. I'm not a big... I call this a mock-up. So I'm not really quite happy with the drums. I'm really not quite happy with that guitar piece, but at least I know where everything is at. The map and I'm drawing a map right now. Basically, I can put anything in its place because I'm using MIDI and I'm playing everything live, and I've got instruments and I'm not using samples. I'm using MIDI instruments. So sky's the limits from here. I think it's just a basic idea sketch that I can move around. Like I said, I think I'm probably going to take this middle part here. This is almost the build up for a drop. And I'm going to make a really crazy sound design thing and do some little more with the guitars and a lot of effect stuff building up, but keeping a organic vibe, almost like a conflicting thing with organic vibe meets a whole lot of crazy stuff with the glitch drums, which I'm happy with. As far as comparing, I'm not a big comparer. I don't like to Acid Pro. I've never used Acid that much, man. I don't know. I don't really know that program. FL Studios, Pro, Tools, Logic. I've played around with a little bit. FL Studios being my main thing. I use Audacity at work sometimes to fix some audio stuff quickly. Pazera audio extractor. I'm trying to think of anything else that I use. Acid is not one that I've messed around too much. I don't think it really matters what you use. A DAW is a DAW. It's just it's a medium, and it's gonna rely on the knowledge of the user. You can give a guy 2 5-gallon buckets and he'll make a banger. With that being said, I'll see you guys on the next video. I got lunch happening here, I think. The snow is melting, guys. The snow is melting. I'm getting so excited about springtime here. Hey, I'll be back on in a little bit. Give me like an hour and something. I want to maybe get in here and explore a little bit. We're going to talk about some Ableton advanced community stuff. We can pick up on, talking about some old, digital audio workstations and where I've been. Maybe I can give it a little bit more thought for Cocapelli Bob on, some of these products. Yeah, because I think it's that's where we're gonna kind of steer towards, life and music, and that's it, guys. Yeah, we're gonna come back and explore on this or make a whole another one because this is not really a whole lot of invested time. I'm not super thrilled by it. It's a placeholder for me. With that being said, guys, yeah, go tell somebody you love them during lunch. You know what I'm saying? Eat something healthy. Vitamins, LMNOP, colors of the rainbow, all that good stuff. Trying to spit out as much good advice as I can.